there. So it's been quite some time. I've been meaning to record. Miss Brielle and I were supposed to record this past weekend, and y'all, let me just say, I got my second, what do you call it, my vaccine, and your girl was done. Okay, I had the Moderna shot, and that's the one you get 2 shots. I think the Pfizer is also 2 shots. You know, that Johnson & Johnson one, they pulled that down for a while, although I was like, what, I only got to get one, let me get that. But no, I'm glad I didn't, because, you know, I had a couple little complications for a few women. But yeah, so I got my second Moderna shot on Friday, and by about 12:30 that night, or I guess technically Saturday morning, I woke up. I was cold, my body hurt. I was like, what the hell is going on? I knew that was a possibility, but when it started happening, I was so mad. I was mad and I was cold and I couldn't do a damn thing about it. That's the gist of it. I took my Tylenol, and that was really all you can do. But I'm glad I actually got the vaccine out of the way. Now, for people who don't believe in vaccines and don't want to get the vaccine, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm just telling you what I did and why I did it. I did it because, 1, I'm a notary. 2, we plan on reopening our office for my 9-to-5 job on, I think July 6th is what we're thinking of doing. And we're only going to allow vaccinated people in the office. So we're not saying that you have to get the vaccine just in your personal life and your daily doings, but to step foot in our office, you will have to be vaccinated, because the powers that be for my company, they don't want to have to wear masks in the office, and I don't blame them. We've been in masks for a year. Now me, I'll be in the office maybe once a week, if that. I'm going to be in a mask regardless, because I just think it's too soon to not be in a mask. Now, I'm no physician. I'm no Dr. Fauci. I'm more like a Dr. Grouchy. That was such a corny joke, but y'all catch my drift. I'm not comfortable not being in a mask around people yet. Even my friends, my questionable, lovely friends, I wear masks with them too. Going to brunch on Saturday as a group for the first time in a long time. And I will be in a mask until I sit down. You know, it just kind of is what it is. You have to do what you're personally comfortable with when it comes to removing your mask. And I'm just not comfortable being around people not in a mask yet. It's also Memorial Weekend coming up, and I'm going to get out of the house. I have my cousin coming in town. I'm ready to get back out here, y'all, but doing it as safely as possible. But in any case, yeah, your girl was down this past weekend, and I started feeling like myself on Monday. Saturday was a rough day. Sunday was a little less rough, but nonetheless rough. And yeah, so I'm here. I am actually on the way home from a notary appointment, and it was for one of my repeat clients. I've notarized for her at least 5 times at this point. She's only 10 minutes away from me. She's a hair salon owner, operator. She had me notarize some paperwork for another business of hers, which I guess is a real estate group. And so there are about 3 principles, I want to say. I cannot remember the title of the form, but there are like 3 principles. And by principles, I mean like, I guess like owner operators or investors or whatever. And she was the only person there, so they're doing their notarizations separately, which is completely fine. I've done a divorce that way too, where not all parties have to be present at the same time, but so each will be responsible for getting their own notary, and each person will have a notary of their own. I've also done that with like a what was it? It was like a work, something related to work in school. And actually, no, it wasn't for work, because it was something related to a minor, and both the parents, that's what it was. Both of the parents needed to sign, but they were not both present, and they're not together, as in like in a couple, as a unit. So they each got their signatures notarized separately. Yeah, So it's getting dark. Your girl's gonna be back home. Oddly enough, I feel like I've been out all day. I had to go out even earlier for my first appointment of the day, which was actually to get a visa. What is it? Visa work. What do you call it? Like a work, not a work authorization. To say, verification of employment. I can't talk today, y'all. When I tell y'all I've been in a fog, I have been in a fog. So I had to get a letter signed by my company's COO for one of our employees' visas, and he's waiting to come back to the U.S. from Vietnam, and they wanted it to be an original letter, and it needed to be signed by the COO, and then they wanted it notarized. So I updated the letter so that I wouldn't have to staple the pages together. Well, I still have to staple the pages, but I didn't want to have like a loose certificate page just so they couldn't act like funny about there being a loose certificate. So I added the proper notary fields, signature fields, that Georgia verbiage that has to be on the bottom for it to be a legitimate notarization on any form. Kind of like the oath, but it's not the oath. Can't remember what you call it right now because my brain ain't working all the way. But so I adjusted the letter in that way and notarized it. So I just been notarizing today. Only had 2 appointments today. I haven't been busy lately. People have still been finding me via my Google page, but I haven't been super busy. And to be honest with you, I've been handing off a lot of the calls that I've gotten to either my brother or Brielle, because I've just been really tired lately. I've been putting in, my fair share of hours at my 9 to 5. And on top of that, my resume writing business, which I'm actually going to be taking time off of until June 5th. I have one and a half. Actually, no, I have 2 I need to do today, between today and tomorrow. And then I'm going to take a pause on that until June 5th because your girl needs a break. And then what else I got for you? Well, related to the resume writing business, I was just going to say, so I don't do refunds for resumes, and that's with my company, Pitch HR. I don't do refunds for resumes, but I did send a portion of the cost back to 2 people this past week, and it was simply because it was a mismatched effort. One person, I started his resume in March. Yes, in March, and we are now at the end of May, and he has yet to respond to the questions that I need him to respond to in order for me to continue to work on the resume. It's kind of like I've done the first round of updates, and I need him to fill in the gaps for me, otherwise I can't continue to move forward. And so I decided I'm going into my vacation, hands clean, sent the money back, and I said, I'm sure you're busy. I wish you all the best. Maybe we can, cross paths again in the future, but I didn't want to hold on to your money. So that was the first person. The second person, it just wasn't a match, I think. I think we were just not on the same page, and the gentleman didn't have a sense of urgency at all. Actually, he was in the bed when I called him, and he said, well, we can talk through, okay, let me give you the short version. The short version is I'd been connected to his wife, and she informed me he needed a resume. I did a resume. She responded and said it was not accurate, and I couldn't understand why, because we haven't spoken, and it was trucking industry. Yes. And so she told me to reach out to her husband. I did, and he's the person who was like, well, as long as I don't have to get up, okay. And I asked like a few questions, and he was just like, I haven't even started looking yet. I mean, you can talk to my wife, but I don't even know. He was like, I don't know what that is that you put on the resume. It was like some industry term that he wasn't aware of. And I just, instead of putting in all that effort, I just said, you know what, let me give you your money back. When you figure out what you want to apply for, then we can talk again. Because when you're looking for a job, you have to target your resume to each and every job ad. You can't just throw a resume together and like have one resume that you apply to everything with. It doesn't work. I mean, you may get lucky, but it doesn't work. And that's not how I work. So yeah, so that was that. And then I don't know. I can't think. Is there anything else that I was supposed to tell y'all? Other than the fact that I've been tired, real tired. I've been real tired. Also, DBA finally got approved. The DBA is approved, and I can now use it in business. And so I'm going to do another video about like how you should name your business, or my preferred way to name your business. I'll just make that a separate topic because I feel like I'm rambling at this point and I'm hungry. So I'm going to go in the house. But outside of that, it's been good. It's been good. Business has been a little slow, and I'm okay with that because I have been tired. If you can't tell, these bags said I'm tired. But yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to be getting some more business soon because things are mellowing out for me. And I'm just going to ride the wave. You got to have multiple streams of income. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm also think I'm going to do like another like notary meetup. I did one time. We got this awesome group together. Probably going to do that again. I guess I'll add that in the video too. But that's it, y'all. I hope y'all have been doing well and meeting your financial and personal goals and your growth goals, whether it's being a notary, being a loan signing agent, or anything else. Hope it prospers. And on that note, that's it from me. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.